Hello and welcome to Host Compared channel. Today we'll discuss best hosting for bloggers, speed, price, and support.
Now, right before we dive in, I want to give you a quick heads up. If you're thinking about Hostinger as we go through this, to get the best deal on Hostinger, use code TOPDISCOUNT for an extra 20% off or use the link in the description. We just want to make sure you've got that ready to go from the very beginning. All right, so here's what we've got on tap today. We're going to start with why your hosting choice is such a massive deal. Then we'll get into the big three: speed, what you're actually paying for versus what you get, and the whole user experience for bloggers. After that, we'll look at what gives some hosts a real leg up on the competition, and then finally wrap it all up with our top pick for 2026. Okay, let's jump right in. Section 1, blogging's high-stakes choice. In 2026, the blogging world it's more crowded and competitive than ever before. This means the technical backbone of your blog, your hosting, is no longer some little detail you can overlook. It's absolutely critical to your success. So that really begs the question, right? Why is this one decision so incredibly important? It's really easy to think of hosting as just, paying rent for a spot on the internet. But it's so much more than that. It's the engine that powers your entire blog. And if you pick the wrong one, you could be stuck in neutral from day one. I mean, think about it. Your hosting provider has its hands in everything. We're talking about how fast your blog loads for readers, whether your site is even online when people want to visit it, and how secure all your hard work is. Plus, it affects how easy it is to just manage your site day to day. And this is a big one, if you can even grow and make money from your blog down the road. And that leads us perfectly into our second section, the need for speed. Honestly, this might be the most important technical factor for any blogger. It isn't just about making things feel snappy for your readers. It has a direct, measurable impact on your traffic and your revenue. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This quote really nails it. A slow blog loses readers and rankings. It's so true. If your page takes more than a couple of seconds to show up, people are gone. They'll just click away. Google knows this, and that's exactly why its algorithm gives you a huge boost to fast websites, especially for anyone browsing on their phone. Now, here's where it gets really interesting when you look at who's out there. You've kind of got two different philosophies when it comes to performance. On one hand, you have providers like SiteGround and A2 Hosting. Yeah, they're fast, no doubt, but you often have to shell out for their pricier plans to get that top-tier speed. But then you have a company like Hostinger, which has built its platform to deliver really impressive speed even on its entry-level plans. For a brand new blogger, that's a game changer. Which brings us right to our third point: price versus long-term value. Look, most bloggers start out on a tight budget, so every penny counts. But it is so important to look past that super low introductory price and ask yourself, what am I really paying for over the next few years? This table really breaks it down. With Hostinger, the intro price is low, but, and this is key, the renewal price is transparent and stays affordable. Now contrast that with some of the industry giants like GoDaddy or Bluehost. That initial deal looks great, but then, bam, the renewal price can jump, sometimes by a lot, and you'll probably find yourself getting nickel and dimed for add-ons that a host like Hostinger just includes for free. And hey, speaking of getting the most value, this is the perfect time to remind you about our deal. If you're liking what you're hearing about Hostinger, you can make it even more affordable. So just a reminder, to get the best deal on Hostinger, use code TOPDISCOUNT for an extra 20% off, or use the link in the description. All right, let's move on to Section 4, the blogger-friendly experience. This one is huge. Why? Because most of us are creators, we're writers, we're not system administrators. You want to spend your time creating amazing content, not wrestling with a clunky back end. This is where you hear the term intuitive control panel thrown around. But what does that actually mean? Well, it means a dashboard that was designed for you, the content creator, not some IT pro. Instead of a messy technical interface, you get a clean, simple layout where the stuff you actually need to do, like installing WordPress or setting up your email, is super easy and obvious. And honestly, this slide shows just how simple it can be. With a good user-friendly host, you're looking at a 3-step process to get your blog up and running. A single click for WordPress, a couple more to get your domain and email sorted, and then all your important stuff like security and backups are right there in one easy-to-use spot. That kind of simplicity saves you so much time and headache. Okay, on to Section 5. Let's talk about Hostinger's competitive edge. So we've covered the basics: speed, price, and ease of use. But in 2026, the really great hosts are going a step further. They're offering unique tools that don't just help you run your blog, but actively help you grow it. And one of the biggest game changers we're seeing right now is the smart use of AI. Now, this isn't just a gimmick. When it's done right, it's an incredibly powerful tool that gives solo bloggers a massive boost in productivity, letting you compete with much bigger teams.
So what does that actually look like day to day? Well, these AI tools can help you smash through writer's block by brainstorming new post ideas. They can whip up a solid first draft for you to edit and polish. They can even create unique images, so you're not stuck using the same old stock photos as everyone else. For one person trying to do it all, it's like having a little creative assistant working for you around the clock.
Another huge advantage is how a host protects your content. Let's talk about backups. Hostinger offers daily backups on a lot of their plans. Now, compare that to a competitor like Namecheap, who might only back things up once a week. If you're posting new content all the time, losing a whole week's worth of work would be an absolute nightmare. Daily backups? That's some serious peace of mind. And all of this brings us to our final section, your best choice for 2026. We've looked at all the angles, compared the most important features, and really thought about what a modern blogger needs to thrive. So it's time to put it all together and make a clear call. So when you stack it all up, why does Hostinger come out on top? Well, it just seems to check all the boxes for a blogger. You're getting great speed without breaking the bank. The pricing is straightforward for the long haul. The control panel is actually designed for people like us. You get essentials like security and daily backups included. And then you throw in the AI tools and the room to grow. It really is the total package. So, if you're ready to get your blog started on a foundation that's fast, affordable, and really built for today's world, there's no better time. And as one last reminder, to get the best deal on Hostinger, use code TOPDISCOUNT for an extra 20% off or use the link in the description. Well, I'll leave you with just one final question to think about. Is your blog built for the future? Because choosing the right host isn't just about today, it's about setting yourself up for success for years to come. Thanks so much for watching.